Welcome back to Building Character, where we figure out how to build your favorite fictional characters in Dungeons & Dragons. Join the Patreon for this character sheet and a whole bunch more, and like and subscribe for higher level party members next time you play. Maybe. Today we're building Gandalf, the archetypal wizard that inspired all future D&D wizards, so obviously this is going to be a wizard build. Type level 20 wizard in the comments now to feel smart. I promise I'm not going to conjure some cheap trick. Let's start off with our goals for this build. First, we need to be connected to the very existence of the world. I'm not going to read the entirety of the Silmarillion for this book, but he's old. Next, we need to lead the team with an aura of majesty that just makes the whole fellowship work a little better. Finally, we need to die, then come back to life. It would be kind of a bummer if you just stayed dead. For stats, I hope all you Point Buy fans are enjoying this month. This is another Point Buy build because Gandalf is kind of just not bad at anything. So slap 14 onto charisma and strength. You're kind of a steamroller in teams of personality and orc flattening ability. Set intelligence to 13 for some knowledge. We'll get more of it with some skills later. 12 for wisdom to make the animals like you, and 10 for dexterity and constitution, even if you're good at staying on your mount and only die when you 1v1 a pit fiend. Not everything can be level 20. Lord of the Rings is an anime, but holy heck, I would watch that anime. Hey, remember when I said I'm not reading you thousands of pages for this video? Gandalf is a protector, Azamar. I'm just gonna say that. You get +2 charisma and +1 wisdom, 60 feet of dark vision, the light cantrip for the little halflings with you who don't have dark vision, celestial resistance to resist necrotic and radiant damage in case your BFF decides to get evil and spoopy, and healing hands to let you heal an amount equal to your total level to a creature you touch once per long rest. It doesn't have to be out and out healing. It can just be an encouraging pat on the back from the only person in the party who really seems to understand what's going on. For your background, sages get history and arcana, which is pretty cool when you're eternally connected to the world and the magic of the world. We'll kick things off as a wizard. Wait, why does the graphic say bard? That's not a wizard. I mean, sure, a bard would get 3 skills of their choice, like nature, persuasion, and animal handling, and that would be very Gandalf. And you'd be able to use bardic inspiration, letting you give encouragement to your party members with a d6 as a bonus action that they can use for an ability check, saving throw, or attack roll to do a little bit better once you show up. By the way, this is a great character for someone who is frequently late to sessions. Not late, sorry, precisely when you meant to arrive. After the agreed upon time. I can't think of a word for that. For your cantrips, Minor Illusion creates a visual illusion that fits into a 5-foot cube, like a little smoky ship, to flex on your non-magical halfling friend's normal smoke ring. Vicious Mockery forces a wisdom saving throw of 8 plus your proficiency bonus and charisma modifier, dealing 1d4 psychic damage if they fail, and giving them disadvantage on their next attack roll. Insult their stupid family, and point out that they are a particularly stupid member of that stupid family. Who cares if they're in your party? Pippin deserves it. For your first level spells, Animal Friendship forces a wisdom saving throw on a beast, failing that they're charmed by you for 24 hours, which isn't long enough to make it from the Shire to Mordor, so that's why the Eagles can't bring the hobbits. No need to talk about that further. Speak with Animals lets you speak with animals for 10 minutes, which I think would turn into a persuasion check to get the Eagles to help. Charm Person is an objectively worse version of Animal Friendship, since it only lasts for an hour and has to affect humanoids, but I guess you could use it to bully some hobbits to go on a quest. Finally, Identify will tell you what a magical item is, what it does, and how many charges it has if it has charges. Probably good to double check your friend's jewelry out every once in a while, especially if it seems like they're actually good at burglary after they've disappeared for a minute. Second level bards get Jack of all trades, letting you add half your proficiency bonus to skill checks you're not proficient with, making you pretty good with the things you're not an expert at. Song of Rest gives your allies an extra d6 on short rests. I don't think the Fellowship regularly gets a REM cycle. They should appreciate this. For this level spell, Thunderwave forces a Constitution saving throw on creatures in a 15-foot cube in front of you, dealing 2d8 thunder damage to those that fail, half as much to those that succeed. They also get blasted back 10 feet if they fail, so it's pretty bad for them if they shall not pass. How's the Ian McKellen? Was that good? Please tell me it was good. I need validation. Third level bards get expertise into skills. I think history and persuasion would be good places to start so you know the quest and can convince people to go on it. Lore bards get 3 more skills, which will help you be intimidating, deceptive, and investigatory. You also get Cutting Words, letting you distract an enemy with your bardic inspiration die, subtracting it from an ability check, saving throw, or attack roll that they're making with a reaction. I would guess that the Uruk-hai are sensitive about how muddy they always are. For this level spell, Scoop Up Animal Messenger to send a tiny beast to deliver a message to a creature 50 miles away in 24 hours, or 25 miles if that creature can't fly. just get a moth. As a Protector Aasimar, you also get Radiant Soul, giving you a flying speed and the ability to add your level in radiant damage to 1 attack per round for a minute. The flying speed isn't accurate, but it's nice, and the extra radiant damage will let you put some magic onto your sword. 4th level bards get an ability score improvement, letting us buff our charisma modifier for stronger spells. For this level spell, Shatter forces a constitution saving throw on creatures in a 10-foot radius sphere, dealing 3d8 thunder damage to those that fail, and it's really good at damaging structures or breaking bridges in case you want to take one for the team, with the one you're taking being an entire Balrog. 5th level bards get a Font of Magic, so your inspiration recovers on a short rest instead of a long rest, and you get to use a d8 for those. Or I guess your allies do. You can also learn 3rd level spells. Dispel Magic removes a spell of 3rd level or lower automatically, and higher level spells with a charisma check of 10 plus the spell's level, which probably won't work on the One Ring to rule them all, but could work if the King of Gondor is being hit with some dominate person madness. 6th level lore bards get additional magical secrets, letting you grab 2 spells from any list because your spell list is pretty weird. There's animals, lasers, and explosions. So for a laser, grab Guiding Bolt from the 1st level to shoot a ranged spell attack that deals 4d6 radiant damage and gives the next person attacking that target advantage on their roll. It's pretty easy to hit someone after an immortal blasts them with Holy Light. For some animals, Conjure Animals summons animals to help get the team out. 1 beast of challenge rating 2 or lower, 2 of challenge rating 1 or lower, 4 of challenge rating 1/2 or lower, or 8 of challenge rating 1/4 or lower. A giant eagle would be challenge rating 1. They'll assist for up to an hour depending on your concentration. A little air support is always helpful. You also get Counter Charm, letting you give your allies advantage on saves against being charmed or frightened with your action, but your actions are better spent doing other things. You're the strongest person in the party, so hit stuff. 7th level bards can learn 4th level spells. Charm Monster is like Charm Person for monsters, so even the biggest, baddest things in Middle-earth can be won over with a bad wisdom save. 8th level bards get another ability score improvement, letting you cap off your charisma modifier to even out magic Saruman the White. We'll get there someday. Honestly though, gray is probably better for all the outdoor traveling you're doing. It's not going to show us much dirt. For this level spell, Long Strider from the 1st level adds 10 feet to his creature's movement speed for an hour, not actually for you, but to make sure that Shadowfax is the fastest horse possible. We'll get something for that later, but for now you can just buy a horse. By level 8 you should be able to afford one. 9th level bards can learn 5th level spells. Legend lore lets you know more about a person, place, or thing of legendary renown. The more you already know about it, the more you learn from this spell. You've got great knowledge skills, but this is the only way to make sure you've got all the knowledge of the ages. 10th level bards get expertise in 2 more skills. Animal handling will help you with animals, and Arcana will help you with that legend lore from the last level. You also get 2 more magical secrets. Grab Remove Curse to remove curses from an object or a person. Maybe this is more what you did for Theoden, but we're covered either way now. Holy Weapon wraps a weapon in Holy Light, adding 2d8 radiant damage to its weapon attacks and making it magical in terms of overcoming resistances. It lasts for an hour, but you can dismiss it early to force a Constitution saving throw on creatures in a 30-foot radius, dealing 4d8 radiant damage if they fail and blinding them for a minute. We now have Druid spells, Cleric spells, and Paladin spells. There's really no way to get these other than Bard, and it's also the only place to get a d10 inspiration die. 11th level bards can learn 6th level spells like Find the Path to tell you the most direct route to a location on the same plane that doesn't move. Doesn't necessarily give you the safest path. It'd be kind of ridiculous if you could just simply walk into Mordor. 12th level bards get an ability score improvement. Let's start investing in strength. You actually probably get more done in combat with your flashy sword and walking stick than you do with any spells. 13th level bards can learn 7th level spells, but I don't actually want any of those, so scoop up skill empowerment from the 5th level to give a creature expertise with a skill they're already proficient with for an hour. If you're sending a burglar into the dragon's lair alone, it might be nice to give him expertise. The guy just wanted to eat some biscuits with you. 14th level bards get our last magical secrets, and it's time for a change of robes. First, cast the Contingency spell, which lets you store a spell of 5th level or lower that takes an action to cast to activate when a certain condition activates sometime in the next week, like you die. For a spell to bring you back to life, Revivify revives a creature that died in the last minute with an action to bring them back up to 1 HP. This might seem pretty good, but it's really expensive, with 1,500 gold being spent every Revivify. To keep it simpler, just grab Death Ward or Cure Wounds. For when you hit 0 HP, it'll be faster, but not nearly as dramatic as plummeting into the depths with a demon to show up 10 sessions later in a DLC skin. Now that we've died, we need to fight. We'll do that by diving into Paladin, giving you Divine Sense to sense Celestials, Fiends, and undead within 60 feet of you, an amount of times per day equal to your charisma modifier. Ring wraiths are undead, balrogs are fiends. It might be a good thing for you to look out for. You also get lay on hands, giving you a pool of healing equal to 5 times your paladin level to distribute as an action, which should keep everyone happy and healthy. Second level paladins get to learn some paladin spells. Divine Favor is like a less expensive holy weapon, adding a d4 of radiant damage to weapon attacks you make for up to a minute depending on your concentration. Protection from evil and good protects a creature from aberrations, celestials, elementals, fiends, fae, and undead, giving those creatures disadvantage on attacks against them, and they won't be able to charm, frighten, or possess them. The hobbits are kind of low level, you gotta keep them safe. Of course, the best paladin spell is always Divine Smite, letting you spend a first level spell slot to add 2d8 radiant damage to a weapon attack, and an extra d8 if you're hitting a fiend or undead creature, and an extra d8 for every slot you add above the first level to a maximum of 5d8. Since we're multi-classing spellcasters, you have 14 levels in a full caster class. That means you've got a ton of smiting options. You can also choose a fighting style. Great weapon lets you reroll 1s and 2s on damage die with two-handed weapons like a quarterstaff or a longsword, the two weapons you'll most likely be using. Third level paladins get divine health, making you immune to disease. What a year it's been. A horrible, terrible, awful year. Wash your hands, maybe next year won't be as terrible. I'm not holding out hope. You also get to choose a sacred oath. The Oath of Devotion is good for wizards who are devoted to the world. You get 2 options for a channel of divinity to use once per short rest. Sacred Weapon makes a weapon magic and lets you add your charisma modifier to the attack rolls with that weapon. It also sheds a bright light that will make Moria look like a sharper image. Turn the Unholy forces a wisdom saving throw on fiends or undead, forcing them to dash away if they fail. Nobody wants to mess with the Servant of the Sacred Fire. 4th level paladins get our last ability score improvement. Round up your intelligence and wisdom modifiers. Odd numbers are bad and you're smart and wise. 5th level paladins get an extra attack, letting you make 2 attacks instead of 1 with your action to really open up the potential of the holy weapon. For a fast horse that will match your monochrome aesthetic, Fine Steed conjures something for you to ride. Warhorse would work best for Shadowfax, and you can even make it faster with Longstrider. It hangs out until it loses its health, then it disappears and can be summoned again when you need it. The animals really like you in the 3rd age. 6th level paladins get Aura of Protection, letting your allies within 10 feet of you add your charisma modifier to their saving throws, including you, so the whole fellowship just works a little bit better. Alright, time to dip into wizard. Oh no, we're level 20. Shoot. Maybe we should talk about all the things we couldn't have got if we made a wizard to really explain why we aren't one. Guiding Bolt, Animal Friendship, Speak with Animals, Animal Messenger, Conjure Animals, Revivify, Holy Weapon, and Fine Steed. That's just for spells, not to mention more skills and expertise. But now that we've hit level 20, let's figure out how viable this build is. First, you're an awesome support with Inspiration and Aura of Protection to make everyone work better when you're around. You're also loaded up with Radiant Damage with Holy Weapon and Divine Smites, making all your weapon attacks carry a hefty heavenly oomph. Finally, you've got a ton of skills to get things done before the fighting even starts. For weaknesses, your AC is pretty bad if you want to play the character, but you have the strength for plate mail if you want it. You're also low on health with barely over 100, meaning that contingent Revivify might be important. Finally, despite your main damage method being weapon attacks, your strength modifier is only 16, so you might whiff some hits. But you're not there to save the day, you're just there to get the team together and make everyone a little better. Help get everything right in the world, then hop on a boat and head back to wherever you came from. Probably Australia. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, subscribe for more. We're doing a video every day this month. Join the Patreon if you want character sheets, and sub to Tulok and Mango for more Tulok fun.